What's the story? And welcome back to the Art Saddle podcast. We are on episode
13?
13.
I think so.
It's flying in, isn't it?
Yeah.
Jesus, it's flying.
We'll be on 200 in no time.
On 200 no time, and oh yeah, you'll hate me well before then.
Not at all.
But I am joined, as always, by my lovely, wonderful, and quite handsome, might I say today, co-host Copper Kelly. Say hello.
Hello, Keenan. Hello, lovely listeners. You flatter me, as every time you do, you flatter me. Keenan, you're lovely yourself. You're a lovely young man.
Oh, Jesus. That's like a compliment an Ellen would give you.
Yeah.
You're a lovely young man.
You're a sweet little fella.
Would you like a fiver for going to Disneyland?
You want to pinch your cheeks.
But today, we are going to be chatting about lots of wonderful things, the reopening of the music industry and the art industry in Ireland. We're going to be chatting about a bit of music that we've been listening to. We're going to chat about other news. We're going to chat maybe a bit about headphones and different types of headphones and kind of giving you a little rundown on different types of headphones, really. And if you're in the market for one, and we're going to talk about Beats by Dre and, you know, all the hippity-hoppities of them headphones.
Hippity-hoppity.
And yeah, I believe that's everything we're talking about, or unless I've left something out.
I think that's really it. But yeah, I think I have a dad joke right now to kick off the episode. If you
already?
Want. Yeah.
Jesus, aye. Carol loves our dad jokes, by the way.
What's the most detail-oriented ocean? The Pacific.
I don't know. Oh, fuck off. That's... You know, I don't think I'll ever top the booby joke.
Yeah, maybe not, no.
That was a good one. I like that one. Pacific, yeah. That was, yeah.
Do you have one at all? Are you prepared?
No, I need to.
Okay.
From now on, I will prepare more jokes.
Okay. Well, I have one more for you, right?
Okay.
What do you call it when a group of apes start a company? Monkey business.
That's I like that one. Now,
there you are. No, that's the quota of dad jokes filled for the week.
Dead. So I've released all the inner tensions and anger of the world that I have is gone.
All gone.
I've left them all out in dad jokes. That's it. Look, if we had more dad jokes, a lot of the mayhem in the world would not be happening.
Yeah.
But before we keep rambling on, I'm letting you shite about dad jokes and all the fun stuff that we have to talk about this week. Tell them where they can get in touch and find us.
Yes, you can get us on the socials. We are the Art Saddle Podcast on Instagram, Facebook. You can also email us if you have any stories or suggestions or feedback or anything at all, music related or non-music related, or if you have a poem you'd like us to read, whatever you like. You can always email us at theartsaddle@gmail.com or just DM us, slide into our DMs. We're good that way.
Slide into our DMs, yeah. And speaking of music and all wonderful forms of music, you were on another podcast as well, weren't you, this week?
I was, yeah. I was on Art and Jacob Do America.
Hey, we love them guys over here.
Yes, yeah. They're a great podcast out of Bakersfield, California. And these two guys, I was on before a few months ago talking about Loftus Hall and Leap Castle, haunted buildings.
All the spookiness of all of them, yes. I remember
that was good fun.
That was a great episode. You're a great storyteller.
Gee, Mac, thank you very much. And just you're a great storyteller now with your songs. Don't be.
I know.
I have to get you back now with the compliments.
What's up with us today? Like, we're not at each other's throats. We're patting each other on the back. We're massaging each other's, you know what? It's fucking, it's lovely. It's very nice.
Healthy.
It is. It's what's a new day, new us. Isn't it?
Yeah, I was on the Art and Jacob Do America podcast again, and I was talking about Slipknot, the Iowa album, which had turned 20 just the other day. So I'm a big metalhead, and I play country music. I know it's an oxymoron, but sure, it is what it is. So I was chatting to the lads about Slipknot for about an hour and a half, I'd say it was. Good crack it was. And I gave you a good old shout out, Keenan. So the
did you?
millions and millions would hear you.
The million and millions. Yeah, I need to sit down again. I was listening to them loads. I remember I went on a big binge of Art and Jacob. I listened to all the Zodiac stuff.
Yeah.
And from them, I got really into like watching like the Zodiac films and being like, oh, I was really into all the like serial killer stuff. But yeah, I'm back on the podcast binge. I was listening to a few other episodes yesterday, and I've been listening to the Tommy Tiernan podcast as well. If you ever get a chance to listen to that, that's very good.
To a few episodes, yeah, he's good.
He's just a shy talker. He just talks shy for 30 minutes, and he just talks with his eyes closed, and he's real, just Irish, that kind of way. Just the ride he talked about. Nothing's better than getting the ride.
Yeah, I saw him when he appeared as a guest on the Blind Boy podcast. I think they had originally recorded the gig, and it was the recording was corrupted or something, so they lost the episode. So Blind Boy got him again in Wexford in the Spiegel tent. It was about 3 years ago now, I think, probably. So I went and saw it live. They were chatting on stage, and that recording got corrupted as well. So that the interview never see the light of day, unfortunately. But
it's a shame. I know your first episode with Art and Jacob was corrupted, wasn't it?
Yeah, I recorded the first night, and I think when they went to save the Zoom video, the computer crashed and lost the recording. So I had to come on the second night and do it again. But it was even nearly better the second night, because
it was brilliant.
Had all my ducks in a row.
But yes, on from them, chats about them lovely lads over in Bakersfield. Tell the lovely folks. I think we start with the news. Don't we? It's been a while. It feels like it's been a while since we've done an episode.
Even though it was really only like last week. It's been a long week, I guess.
That's it, because we've done one every week. Yeah. But it just feels like a very long week. Well, things are opening back up. You're working hard. The school, schools are back and everything. So you're like monitoring children and whatever you.
No. I'm not monitoring children.
Your eyes lit up. You're like, oh, here we go.
What are you going to get me into?
Copper makes clothes. You do printing, isn't it? That's
embroidery.
Laser printing. Embroidery, yeah. So embroider school uniform. That's what I'm slagging over.
It's been the silly season for the last few weeks. I've been near no kids.
Yes, he's affiliated, but no. He has eyewitnesses for the last 2 weeks. So watch yourself.
Yeah.
We'll take you to court for defamation.
But I was working hard for the last few weeks, and sure you've been hard at it yourself. You've been
working hard or hardly working, as they say, isn't it? No, I was doing a few shoots. Put a bit of money aside for getting some sound gear. Gonna get me on boom and stuff. So I have the gear there. I'm not trying to get lend off people, and it means I can do more jobs last minute. Last minute, like we need someone tomorrow. It's like, grand, I have stuff, I can be there.
Cool. Ready to go.
Yeah. Yeah. But it does feel like a very long time. But in that week, there's been like a big lump of news about the Irish arts industry. There's been
looks like we're reopening in some way.
Yeah. So they had 2 cabinet meetings. One were basically like, will we fucking do this? And they were all like, yeah, fucking why not? And the second one was deciding what they're gonna do. I'm gonna get
2 meetings for that. One was like, will we do something? Yeah or no? And then we'll come back again next week and we think about what we'll do.
They came back like fucking 5 days later. They came back, and
was it 5 day offer? Jesus Christ.
So, Miha, let me see. I don't know if you have anything to shoot off the top.
Saying a mass.
Do you have anything to vitally shoot off?
So it says, well, suppose the Irish Times tells almost all COVID-19 restrictions to be lifted by October 22nd. But in regards to the music industry, it seems that on September 6th, 2021, there'll be an easing of restriction on larger events, indoor seated events and outdoor events, mixture of vaccinated and unvaccinated to be allowed, holding communions and confirmations to restart, live music at weddings can also recommence. But I think it's something like venues can have 75% capacity, something like that. Is that right? Do you have those figures?
Oh, I'm looking, but you know how I
75,
am
yeah,
in
it
terms
says.
of. It says vital industry, business, and worker support remains in place. Well, it doesn't, because if you're a student, you're getting cut off this week, which is kind of.
Oh yeah.
There's a lot of weird loopholes like in this country where like they're trying to get people on. Was they're trying to get people to move on to unemployment.
Yeah.
Like, so people they're
Away
trying to
from the
shift
pub.
people.
PUP.
Yeah. Which is kind of wrong because it's like the people aren't unemployed. They can't work. Like their jobs are not
It's not the same.
on. You know what I mean? So don't be. But yeah, I was on PUP and I got my last payment this week. It's like completely stopped for students.
Yeah.
Which is like, so it means
students are
like
the one that need it most. Well,
yeah, it's like
in a way.
So we're in college, so we don't need the money, but yet how do we,
pay for rent and food,
and living
books
and travels and books and you need a computer, you need equipment, whatever. So it's all mad, but did you say they're allowing only vaccinated people, or what did that say?
Yeah, I said here. I read here a mixture of both vaccinated and vaccinated. But I read somewhere else that they're. See, I think it's a bit up in the air still. I'm reading the Irish Times article here now, so you'd think it'd be alright, but I think I read somewhere else that they're only letting vaccinated people inside, and then outside you can have a mixture. I think.
Well, yeah, but that's what they're doing now anyway.
Yeah.
So I'd be weird if they were like, you can only have a meal inside if you're vaccinated, but you can go to a gig indoors. And they're having pilot nightclub gigs.
Yeah.
Which is interesting.
Yeah, see how that goes. But it's not crack though. I just want to, the whole All Ireland hurling championship last week. They allowed 50% capacity of Croke Park, which takes 80%, 80,000 people. So they had 40,000 people in this event. And if no one's familiar with this is like it's like the Super Bowl of the GAA. It's like the end of the year biggest match. 40,000
it's like
people
WrestleMania.
Like WrestleMania. So yeah, the streets were packed on the way. Obviously, there was people. I saw loads of videos of people walking on the streets. Shoulder to shoulder, hundreds of people walking up and down the streets, and not a mask in sight. And then obviously, you could argue it's outside, but we're off of close proximity. But sure. But then they had a band. They had the Artane pipe band, I think it was, and they were playing. But if someone had turned up a guitar now, they would have shut down the whole thing, I'd say.
But what's also funny? The government put out a thing. There are certain bars being investigated for breaking COVID protocol. Woo! It's like, no fucking shit. You let 40,000 people more. You've let more than 40,000 in the stadium.
All the people out on the streets and pubs then as well.
Yeah. Of course the bars are going to fucking let people in because they're hammered and they're spending money.
Yeah.
And now the government's like...
now from
this,
aren't they?
And the government's like, awful shame. Now look, I'm not mad at the gas supporters.
No.
I'm not mad at the football players. I'm not mad at anyone involved. You know the reason why they're getting preferential treatment is because so many politicians have funding behind the GA, and there's so much more money in GA than arts in this industry. Like I've said it once and I've said it again. This government all of them, right? Doesn't matter. You can go on about whatever. If this party was in. None of them have appreciation for the amount of time and effort and the amount of infusion the art and the music industry has in this culture, and how much we contribute to this society. They just think, we're buskers, or we're all doing a hobby, this kind of way.
Good for nothing's doing a hobby. yeah.
That's it. So you go after, you play a little game, and just don't disturb anyone. Pay your taxes. That's really. So they won't do anything. But God, there's so much money in sponsorships, and there's so much money. It's like anything. It's like when
double standards, like the GA gets the preferential treatment, and everyone else just whatever. Don't care about you.
And it's like any of the musicians. Like, remember them funding came out. Remember the funding schemes that came out for.
I applied for one and I didn't even hear back.
Yeah, I applied for one as well. Didn't hear back. But a load of bands. I'm not going to name them because I don't actually know for sure which ones they were, so I don't want to start causing shit with us and our us and our two fans. But the thing is, but there's a handful of artists that didn't even apply, and they still got funding. Given, and a load of people like noticed that and was like, "What the fuck is going on?" Like, a lot of big names got funding, and it's all to do with government involvement, sponsorships, all this where you go, if that artist gets more funding, they're going to be pushed. I sound very tinfoily, don't I?
You sound very like you're chewing toffee, which you are.
Yeah, I am him. I probably sound like I'm having a stroke. No,
ASMR now to the listeners.
I just realized that when I'm talking, I sound a bit like I'm like stroking out. So people that aren't watching the video probably hear me talking normally, and then I'm sad talking like this. So go, no, what happened to Keenan? He's dying. But then he's gone, don't we? Yeah.
Thankfully, anyway, the things are hopefully opening up. But I feel like, don't want to be a naysayer, but I think by the time winter comes, I think there's going to be an inevitable lockdown come in again. I think in some way, shape, or form. What do you think? Well, finish your sweet first.
Give us a minute.
Yeah, because I just see that that's the way it's going to go again. Even though we are, we're all mostly vaccinated at this stage.
Well, there'll be uproar.
Oh, it will, yeah.
Because even with the vaccine, they got a lot of people to get vaccinated. They managed to get a lot more people vaccinated than probably would have. There's a lot of people out there that don't on the fence. So, if there comes around where there needs to be a booster shot or another one, I reckon they won't even get like close to half the people that got this vaccine to get it.
So. Yeah, that's a good shout.
People are just sing of it. And then, so they have to be smart about it. But the government are being pressured to get the industry open. I'd
just be wary if it not so quickly. This is
the thing. They sat on their ass afraid. And then over 2 meetings, they were like, okay, we're opening up next week. Open up. It's like...
it's like, okay, everything's going up next week. It's like, okay, that's great to hear, but at the same time, you're in the back of your head like, oh, okay, maybe... Oh, just hold on a sec.
Yeah.
But
here's another little funny thing that was brought across Cabinet this week that has nothing to do with music.
Right.
But I'll give you a good giggle.
Okay.
A proposal was put, a quite controversial proposal was put across Cabinet yesterday. It was the proposal to ban young drivers from driving at night to decrease the amount of accidents.
Oh, fuck.
yeah.
So
I read it and
how are they supposed to learn?
Yeah, it's like so. There's now that like it's they're putting now. I'm not a tinfoil hat anti-COVID head, but you know the way they're all going. Whoa, they're controlling our minds, right? And just be a great little fueler for them. Do you know what I mean? And now they're curfewing our children. What about the children? Think of the children.
Think of the children. Somebody think of the children.
And I don't think it's young people that are causing the action. Because when I'm in the car, I'm learning to drive at the moment. When I'm in that car, I am fucking shitting myself. I'm only learning how to drive. I am nervous Nancy. I am super fucking careful in that car.
Yeah.
You know who's not super careful? Fucking taxi drivers. Them fuckers speed by you, bouncing around on their phone. Fucking people in Jeeps with small willies and big wheels, right? These fuckers, they're the dangerous one.
Yeah.
And it's culties like you that go down in your dangerous roads, right? At like fucking 80 miles an hour with no fucking headlights on. Just fucking speed, like, meow. And you know who you are. You know the people copper, don't you?
Oh, yeah, geez, yeah. And especially I find on like a lot of, I don't know, people that think they're great drivers that are hogging the wrong lane. They're cutting across the 2 lanes of a roundabout. They're just, there's some terrible, terrible drivers out there. And they'll never learn, like, it seems like. But it's not the kids, like, yourself, you're learning to drive. But if you're going to stop, especially now coming into winter, and you can only go after like 6 o'clock in the evening time, you won't be able to then because it's dark and you won't be able to drive. Because winter will be coming back in. Yeah, you'll be stuck. You can only go in the daytime.
You only go in the daytime if this curfew came in.
Yeah. That's silly out. Even I got lucky, like I didn't have to do all the 12 lessons and things before I had to pass my tests. But you have to do all that now.
Why?
That's madness.
That
wasn't the thing. I don't think I even had to necessarily take any lessons. I had to take the test, obviously, but there wasn't any requirement to take 12 lessons, right? When I was doing this is back 2008, 2007.
Well, there's no theory test then either, wasn't there?
There was, yeah. I had that.
Oh. Well, the theory... Okay, so my mother and father wouldn't have done. That's even further back. They would.
Do you know, this might blow your mind. Back in the time of, I think it was the 80s, there's one of the Taoiseachs decided to just give out driving licenses. Like, you didn't have to have a test. Just give them out. And some of those people are still driving today. They're the dangers.
They were, wasn't it a huge backlog?
Something like that, yeah.
And they were like, like a lot of old grannies and granddads having, and that's like, and they're the ones that will cut you, like cut over a lane in front of you, and then give out to you for like tailgating them, even though they fucking went in front of you. So it's just like we had a talk. But yeah, go on, we're talking about that. We're not the car channel. We're a music channel.
Yeah. So I suppose we have a few death notices this week. The old deaths. So ring the old bell there. But you mentioned, I think you probably mentioned on like the first episode of this podcast, I think, Lee Scratch Perry died at 85 as a pioneering roots reggae artist. Were you were going to see a band that he was going to be supporting, I think you said before? Yeah,
so I think we talked about this
when COVID started. Yeah.
One of the episodes we talked about it. So July, when first COVID set, I was meant to see Tooth and the Maytals, the Selectors, and Lee Scratch Perry on Dunleary Pier in the middle of summer at a reggae show. So you could almost yes. So you can almost imagine the smell of fresh herbs in the air.
Coriander and basil, yes.
And a bit of lavender if you're feeling spicy.
And oregano.
And
oregano.
You're getting closer. And this isn't the bonus episode, so we need to be careful what we say.
Yeah.
But
Speaking of which, we are on Patreon. We have bonus episodes where we talk all manner of
and
crap.
we talk shit.
Even
we
more
talk
shit.
we talk about a lot of stuff though. We talk about stuff that will get us in trouble.
Yeah.
So if you want to know how to get us in trouble, head over and donate €1. If you pay €1, you can ruin both of our careers.
Yeah, it'd be worth it.
That's a deal, and that's it. 2 birds with 1 stone. That's 50 cents an artist.
Yeah,
I'd fucking take that.
I'll take that.
So go ahead, get your Spotify. Listen to us now. Finish listening to us, and then go over. Listen to our Patreon where we talk. I don't know. We talk about.
Yeah, we were talking about films last time, Suicide Squad, and we talked about wrestling, intro songs.
We talk about
talked about bad
religion.
films the week before, like Tommy
Yes.
Wiseau, all that kind of stuff.
Yeah. We say, we take our clothes off.
No, that's OnlyFans.
That's Only Cans was the one where me and my mate would take pictures with different cans in different locations. Only Cans.
Yeah, but Patreon /the Arts Saddle podcast. I knew you want to say Art and Jacob.
That's what I thought you were going to say
Yeah.
as well.
My brain's just getting mixed up. But patreon.com /the Arts Saddle podcast. We have bonus episodes. So after this episode, we go on a bit further and we talk more, and we had the right crack. But yeah, what was you were going to look at there while I mentioned the
I am just-
bonus episode?
Trying to find. Aren't this the giant? I don't. Who died this week? Because I know there was someone else.
Charlie Watts, Rolling Stones drummer.
Yes,
80.
he died. He
Yes.
died.
So I saw an interview about him, how he doesn't really live this rock star lifestyle, even though he has 4 vintage cars, but he doesn't know how to drive them, he says.
Oh God! Did he actually? Is there actually a thing that he said that?
Yeah.
No fucking way.
That's Charlie Watts. Yeah, I think that's the only diagnosis we have this week, thankfully.
Okay. News. Who
News.
died?
Who died?
Oh my God! This is graphic. Just man dies after single vehicle crash in. Okay, Jesus Christ. Okay, I don't know if it's getting fucking morbid. It's just
God.
car crashes.
I have
Jesus
a
Christ.
happy one. Abba have joined TikTok.
Yes,
Way!
they have a big announcement coming.
It seems like they could be getting back together.
Could be.
Yeah, so they're after starting a TikTok, and apparently this year there was a big trend. It was the hashtag Dancing Queen Challenge, which I actually didn't see any of, but apparently it got like 160 million views for that hashtag, which is correct. Apparently ABBA have been one of the most searched artists on TikTok. So they've started it, and now they have a website called ABBA Voyage, which you can sign up for, and just like a countdown. So there must be some sort of a reunion or new release coming.
Abba Voyage.
Yeah.
I'm putting me money down. It's a VIP cruise.
They're getting on a
With ABBA.
spaceship. They're getting on the Elon Musk spaceship and flying up.
What the fuck do you think a cruise is? Like?
A voyage.
What the fuck?
Voyage on the space. What's
Well, I
that?
said
Star Trek? Voyager.
What? Just flying
Captain's
out
Log.
into space. When you come to me on a summer breeze, give me one.
That's
in
Bee
your
Gees.
love. It is. Oh my God. That's the wrong band.
That's the wrong band.
I'm in the wrong fucking voyage.
I was listening to a lot of Bee Gees recently, actually. They're really class.
Do you ever hear John Frusciante's cover of that
Oh.
song? How deep is your love? How
Oh.
deep? Oh, fucking great. I'll send it over to you
Yeah.
after the
I
episode.
remember Take That's version of that song. I don't know if you remember this, but there was
What?
Take That did a version of that song back in
No,
the
they
90s.
didn't.
They did, and the music video terrified me as a kid. This woman had kidnapped them all, and she had them in her van, and they woke up and they're all tied to chairs, but the chairs were at the edge of a cliff, and she was like walking along in front of them, like going to pick which one she would like push over down the cliff, and it just gave me so much anxiety as a kid.
That's fucking dead.
It's awful.
What? Take That.
Yeah.
How deep is your love?
I think it was. I'm
I
pretty
wanna-
sure it was Take That anyway. Yeah.
Well, I'll find it because that's fucking weird.
Yeah. Yeah. Watch that video. It's cracked. People anxiety.
It's cracked. Is that what you said?
Cracked.
Did you hear
Oh,
that,
speaking
Copper?
of which, that reminds me, we guested on another podcast recently. It was T-Bow Vision, which will be
we
out
did.
probably next week or week after. I will give you a shout when it's out anyway. But I was explaining to these two Canadians what the word crack meant. Just that's a fine head on that. That's what she said.
Jeez, last time I got head that good, I had to pay you for it. If you're not watching the YouTube, you're like,
What
look,
are they talking about?
watch whatever you want. I'd rather you watch and listen than not do it at all. But I used to be a big fan of like just Audible.
Audio podcast.
Yeah, just turn on whatever. But I feel like the certain podcast, like the Art and Jacob, when you like, they're much better to watch because they do like show, like you don't want to talk about certain
pictures
things,
and
they'll
that, yeah.
show it. Now, some people, it's hard. You need to focus more. You can't really be doing something and watching at the same time. But like when we're talking about this, like that head was mighty fine, wasn't it? Like,
Sure was, Keenan.
and there's a bit of Guinness in there as well with it.
Ah.
Fucking delicious. But tell me, we were on a podcast, weren't we?
We were, yeah.
You-
Two Canadians, Paul Thibault, and Esteban.
No, it was Enzo.
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 Ferrari Enzo. That's how I remember it.
That was a great. I had so much fun.
Apologies, Enzo, for my brain lapsing and momentarily forgetting your name. Oh, I am terrible. But yeah, we're on T-Bow Vision. It'll be out next week, I think. Yeah, we're talking to these two Canadian guys about music, and we're having the right crack and explaining what the word crack meant and how to use it in conversation and that kind of thing.
I'll tell you a story now. No, it's a bit off topic, but it's about crack, right?
Good.
And it's not good. I was waiting for this, and it's not that crack. That story is coming in Patreon episode. But I had a teacher, and he was from Donegal.
Donegal. That's not the right accent at all.
Donegal. I don't know.
Yeah, I don't know.
But let's say, right, I am from Donegal. No, I don't know.
Donegal.
Donegal. Hello. I am from
man.
Donegal, man. Bacon, man. But he went and landed in JFK. He told us this in school. And he landed in there. He was going through customs. And they go, he didn't know. There was no internet at the time. He didn't know about the scrutiny, not scrutiny, but the strenuous kind of post 9/11
Yeah.
kind of.
Security process, TSA. Yeah.
So he fucking great in his pair of fucking Hawaiian shorts and his bleeding fucking Oasis bleeding bucket hat, right? Rolling out. What's the purpose of your visit? I'm just here for the crack. All right. He was actually,
What do you mean, sir?
What you mean? I heard the crack is grey here. And yeah, I don't know if he made the story up because we were kids and we were fascinated, but apparently he was like, yeah, the security had to sit him down and talk to him, and he couldn't have explained, like, because he didn't know what the fuck they were talking about. He thought they were just having a go at him, and he was like, you racist against Irish people or something? Like, what's your fucking problem with me? Like, they were like, you come over here just for the crack? Yeah, sure, fucking there's loads of crack to be had here, like. But
That's class.
we have run out of news.
That's pretty much the news. Yeah.
Well, Lindsey Buckingham
Oh,
is
yeah.
going on tour.
Yeah. That's the Fleetwood Mac guitarist.
I don't know if you watch SNL, but there's a skit that they always do with Keenan Thompson.
Yeah. Keenan Kel.
Keenan and Kel. Uh, it's like oh, what's the name of the fucking game show they pretend it is? It's like
Family Feud or something like that.
oh no, it's fucking. It's a made up game show. It's not based on something, but like basically, there's three fucking acts, two famous people, and there's a bloke that plays Lindsey Buckingham,
Yeah.
and basically, it's like Lindsey came all the way from his family vacation just to be here with us to tell us the meaning of Christmas. Won't you, Lynn? And like like the character, like he doesn't speak. He's just like he's like smiling and giving a thumbs up. And then they always run out of time before they get to Lindsey Buckingham. But then eventually they got Lindsey Buckingham on, as well as the fella that plays the impersonation of Lindsey Buckingham. And it's really fucking fun. And then when Lindsey Buckingham came on, he didn't speak either, which was really fucking funny. It's a good little skit. But he's coming to the Helix in Dublin. And I don't know, I might actually go.
Yeah. I wouldn't be, does he play, like I wouldn't be familiar with his solo stuff now, but does he play Fleetwood stuff? Probably.
I don't know.
He fell out with them a good while ago, didn't he? Or did he?
I don't know, man. Maybe he does, maybe he doesn't. I don't know what the rights are in terms of what they can play, you know what I mean? I know some of them own certain rights to certain songs. I'll have a look at it. I'm just looking forward for gigs coming back, to be honest.
Yeah.
But
what have you been listening to this past week?
Well, I've been listening to a lot of different things, but something that I've gotten back into again, I listened to it a while ago because it has one phenomenal track on it. But then I've actually been able to sit down and listen to all the tracks on it.
Yeah.
Desire from Bob Dylan. Did you ever listen to that album?
Oh no, I don't think so. I might know a song or two off it, like, but I don't know if I heard that.
You'd know Hurricane.
Oh, okay, that's on the album. Yeah, okay.
And then it has one cup of coffee. One more cup of coffee before I go. And there's another one. What's that fucking Black something Road? I forget the other name, but I forget. But there's a Mozambique. There's another one called Mozambique on it, and it's really like it's super folky because they have like a really cool like female vocal on it that reminds me of like folky Dolly Parton, if that makes any sense.
Okay.
And then they have like a really nice fiddle player on it.
Fiddling with himself.
The old fiddle himself, yes. There's another song that is inconveniently named, but it's called Isis.
Oh yeah.
And that's a great song.
Okay.
I married Isis on the 5th day of May. It's fucking awesome.
Speaking of Isis, there was that show, Archer, that spy show. Remember, and the organization that the spy organization he was part of was called ISIS. And also in what's that, Downton Abbey, there's a dog called Isis.
Okay.
Yeah.
Could you imagine if you named your child Isis and everything that's going on now? You're like, fuck.
Yeah.
Really, the only response is fuck.
Sorry, call him Beyonce. Come here, come in for your dinner, Beyonce.
Beyonce. My sister, if she was a boy, her name would have been Senan.
Senan?
Or Troy.
Ah.
From like High School Musical.
Yeah.
But yeah, what have you been listening to?
Yeah, I got one of my favorite country singers at the moment, one of my favorite modern country singers, you could say, would be Sturgeon Simpson. He just released an album, I think just like 2 weeks ago or a week ago, and it's called The Ballad of Dude and Juanita. And it's like a nice little half an hour album, 10 songs on it, and it's back in like the old Western times set. It's like I suppose it's a concept album. It's like a story to it from start to finish about how this man, his wife is kidnapped from him, and he has to go get her back. Pretty much, him and a dog and a horse have to travel out and find his wife. And it's real old styly kind of that country vibe. Has like the the jaw harp going and fiddle and banjos, and it's actually it's just one of those you can turn it on and just switch off your brain and just have a good time.
Yeah, the artwork looks insane. I'm looking at it now.
Yeah,
and the dog and the horse, and
it's real old style, real cool.
Shamrock played out. Willie Nelson on it.
Ah, okay. I didn't even notice.
Yeah, that's
Juanita.
June 1. Oh yeah, 1. I said June.
Juanita.
Juanita has Willie Nelson on it.
Jeez, I didn't even didn't even cop that when I listened to it. I have to listen back now again.
Just seeing it there pop up.
Yeah. So that's the thing with Sturgeon Simpson albums. You can just stick them on and live and play on repeat, and they're so good. Because even last year he released the what was it called? The Cutting Grass Volume 1 and Volume 2, and has like bluegrass versions of his older songs and things like this, and literally you could play it just put on repeat for hours. It's so good. He's one of my favorite country musicians of the modern era.
And you done a phenomenal cover of one of his songs on your most recent acoustic EP, didn't you?
I did.
What was it? Turtles in the Water?
Turtles All the Way Down.
Turtles All the Way Down.
Yeah, one of my favorite songs of his. And I gave it a go. I gave my own version of it, and it's out on my EP. Yeah,
great.
Happy with it.
And it's a beautiful artwork as well. It's really phenomenal.
Ah, yeah.
So, yeah, I was listening to that when I was down in Cork. I had control of, I was the sound mixer. I had control of the radio.
Ah.
And
so you had to subject your family to me, to my voice.
Yes. I was like, this is my friend. And they're like, he sucks. And I'm like, yeah, I know. No.
Turn this shit off.
What's this hillbilly inbred shit?
You less of that inbred stuff now. I don't know where you're getting that stuff.
I don't know where I'm getting it. I think it's telling me more about myself than anything. But I was even saying this thing last time. I don't know if I said it to you on the podcast or I said it to you. I think I said it in person. No, I'm pretty sure I said it in person. But you did a Kingsley cover of No Front Door. And man, it was fucking unreal. Like, that's such a great. I know I say cover even though it's your song.
Yeah, different version, acoustic version.
But that is the emotion that is. Oh, I love that. It's so good.
Ah, man, thank you.
But I tell you, I'll give you a song that's not really folk or country. Let's have a listen. It's called Natural Born Killer. It's from Avenged Sevenfold, and it's from the Nightmare album.
Nice.
That's a Nightmare. While you're nightmare. That song has, like, if you listen to a headphone, has insane.
I probably know the song to hear. I just don't know by name.
It's one of the lesser known songs, to be perfectly honest.
Yeah.
But that is so punchy when it kicks in. It's fucking, in your head, it's back and forth. It's fucking insane. So give that a listen. Yeah. And I'm actually going to give the listen of, I'm going to listen to that Sturgeon Simpson album.
Do, because I think you love Sturgeon Simpson if you opened up your heart to him. Yes.
Well, like, he reminds me a lot of like Coulter Wall and stuff.
Yeah, he'd be along that kind of same vein. Coulter Wall kind of, it's like a vintage modern country, if that makes sense.
That's a really interesting way to put it.
There's a lot of modern country now. It's all like a lot of hip hop influence in modern country now. It's all, I went down to the truck and I got no beer and my girl's on my arm. It's pretty crappy. So that's me making up modern country on the spot.
That I really enjoyed that, by the way. That was really good. And yeah, plenty more where that came from if you're doing more. hippity hop. We should write a rap song. We should write a song together.
Oh yeah, we still haven't. Yeah.
We should write a theme song.
Oh, write the theme tune, sing the theme tune.
Yeah. Welcome to the Earth Saddle. Diddle-diddle-doo-doo. Something like that. I don't know. Where inbreds hang and cocks are low.
Where are you going?
It's like that. Did you ever hear that song? It's like, no cock like horse cock. I think I showed you that song before. Did you ever hear that one?
Don't think so. I can't remember now. Just
Okay,
had a
you're
few points
outing
in
me. You're outing me, you piece of shit. How dare you do this to me? But yeah, no cock like horse cock. It's a pretty brutal song, but it's pretty fucking funny. Like,
Oh, Jesus Christ.
my neighbors wonder why I'm limping down the road. But it's what? Oh yes,
Ooh,
yes. Ooh ha ha. Tell me, we were looking because me and Copper are very, very organized creatures, and we plan our episodes weeks and weeks in advance.
Oh, months even, you could say.
Months, years. We were planning this before we even started the
Before we even
podcast.
met each other.
Yeah, yeah. Our parents were planning this when we were just little glints in their eyes. But we were thinking of topics for this episode. And you bring up a really good topic about headphones.
Yeah.
Chatting about headphones and also the dreaded. Now I have a pair of Beats as well.
Do you? Okay.
I was one of them that bought the
You were sucked
Beats.
into the hype.
Beat Studio. I bought the
Ooh.
first gen Beat Studios when they were first released. Like,
They're not the ones in your head now, though, are they?
oh, they are not, because they'd be fucking a luminous red and just fucking painfully bright.
Yeah.
But I liked them because I wasn't really a sound nerd back then.
Yeah.
As I am now, you know. I'm now like, can I play my FLAC file through these headphones? You know? But back then I was like, whoa, the fucking bass, man.
Bass, man.
My EDM sounds awesome. You know? Oomph.
Yeah.
Oomph. But yeah, like, let's talk. I'll let you take the ropes. And where do you want to start? Do you want to start with headphones or do you want to start with Beats in particular?
Well, I suppose, yeah, with headphones, there's so many out there and there's so many to choose from. And like, I'm a headphone collector. I have so many nice headphones, all for different purposes and different reasons as well. And there's like the ones I'm wearing now are these Bose Quiet Comfort ones, wireless headphones with Bluetooth, and they're noise cancelling and they sound gorgeous anyway, regardless of all the noise cancelling, all that features. They actually sound beautiful. I actually do a little bit of mixing on these. If I'm mixing a song, I'll stick these on and kind of do like maybe a little final mix just as like a reference on these. They sound that good. But then a lot of people would see advertising. You know, you have Beats headphones by Dr. Dre. They were the big, it was like a big hype machine around them. They were like the biggest thing for years and everyone had to have Beats.
Well, Dr. Dre was the biggest thing for years as well.
Yeah.
Do you know that kind of way? So
Yeah. But I was never impressed with them. I went into, you go into like HMV or whatever, and they'd have the headphones on the stands. You can try them. You can plug in your phone to them or whatever, and you can try them. I was never impressed with them. They're like they're dull, but they're bassy. That was the big thing. They're bassy. There's loads of bass, but everything else was just like so dull and I don't know. It didn't have any life in it, I think. And
No.
Go on.
Go on. I'll let you, because I think something would be interesting for the listeners to know. But go on.
Okay. Yeah, but I think that's what they concentrate on. They concentrate on bass. I think they think the normal casual listener thinks more bass even equals better sound. And that's just not always the case. Whereas, you know, to the casual listeners listening to this now, you have your three, I suppose, frequency, you know, three main areas of frequencies. For
Frequency
music.
bands, kind of
Frequency
thing.
bands, there you are. So you have your bass, which is the boom, boom, boom. Then your mid, which is like, I suppose I can hear now of my voice. And then you have the treble, it's the hiss and the the cymbals and things like that. So the mid is the middle, basically, and the treble's the high, bass is the low. So most of a band, the instruments live in the mid. And that's where that's where you hear the band. Whereas the bass and the kick drum is in the bass, and then you have cymbals and hi-hats and things up at the top. But these Beats headphones, they focused all the energy on the bass and kind of forgot about the mids and the trebles. So you weren't really getting a nice clear audio image of the band you're listening to. So it's they weren't as good as they were made out to be, let's say. And another big thing with them is they felt premium. That was the big thing they were going for. They're premium headphones, and they felt heavy because they were premium. But the thing is, if you opened up the headphone, you'd find extra metal in it that served no purpose other than making it heavier. And that was to kind of fool you into thinking, oh, I bought these headphones. They're really heavy. They must be really good. But I think they were just a bit of kind of a fad, and I'd never buy a set because there's so much more. Like what a Beats headphone are, what, €300 or something?
Yeah,
very expensive. And even these Bose ones are like $230, and they outblast them no problem. Like they're so much better, so much clearer in sound and everything. And there's so many other options out there. But what were you going to say there?
Well, as there was two things I'm going to say now, because you mentioned about Beats, and for people that don't know a lot about headphones, when you buy a set of headphones, in with the manual and the little cleaning wipes and all that shit, you get a thing called the frequency response spectrum.
Yes,
right?
Okay.
The lowest that a human can hear is 40 hertz, isn't it? Or 20?
It's about that. It's 40 hertz, and then 20 kilohertz is the upper level.
Yeah.
I think.
So a spectrum will go from 20 hertz to 20,000 hertz or 20 kilohertz.
Yeah.
So, as Copper said, there's bands, there's bass, middles, and trebles. There's bass, middles, and treble. There's bass, middles, and treble. And the way I view them more is you split them into three. So you go low bass, mid bass, high bass, low mids, mids, high mids, and then low
high mid,
treble,
mid, and low mid.
Yeah, there you go. But there's different bands. So, the idea when you're buying speakers or whatever, you'll try them out your own self, and a lot of people go off price that's why Beats kind of made it. A lot of people went like, expensive, they're good.
Yeah, expensive must
as
be
an audio
good.
yeah. As an audio geek, you look at these spectrums, and thankfully with the internet you can Google them now. You're trying to get, especially for mixing, you'll see it, it'll be a graph, it'll say 20 to 20,000, and you'll see a line going straight through the middle, and then like a checkered line go straight down the middle, and then you'll see fucking a curved up line, another like a fully fucking drawn in line. That's the frequency response of the headphone. And the way they do that is they stick the headphones in a room and they fucking blast shit into them. They blast frequencies and they kind of check the response. Now, still, obviously, they're made by the manufacturers, so they can kind of manipulate them in a way. Like some microphones say that they can get to 20 hertz, and it's like, you fucking can't because no one can hear it.
Yeah.
But there's little tricks that they do, like Beats. Now, this was the thing that I learned online. What Beats do is they'll show you there's a big boost in the bass section, and it kind of fades off.
Yeah.
Kind of, it stays steady, and there's a tiny boost in the high end, right?
Yeah.
Which, that would be okay. But as you said, they sound dull. and loads of people have done tests on it. Turns out their frequency response chart's actually just complete bullshit.
Yeah.
So there's not a boost in the high end, and there's not a tiny boost in the. There's not a tiny boost in the high end and a big boost in the low end. What they do, and Copper, you'll understand this, and if you listen at home, instead of boosting the low end, how else can you make the low end sound loud?
You cut the mids and the top and the treble.
You cut everything. You lower everything down.
Everything else.
You know what I mean? And, and studies have shown, people have done studies on them, showing all they did was they just cut everything and at the low end. Now, look, if you're listening to real old school Cali hip hop, where you want that boom, 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 that real fucking, go ahead.
You want that thump.
But I can tell you, I would put my fucking life up on the line that Dr. Dre does not mix.
Not a chance.
Beats.
No way.
The only, because when you're mixing, and I've tried mixing with them, I've had a little mess around with them.
Yeah.
And what you have to remember, it's like anyone. What you have to remember is you will have, say, you're mixing away. Say, if you listen at home, you have a song there you're playing, and you put up the bass a tiny bit, but it sounds fucking huge, loads of bass, and you're like, okay, that's awesome. But there's loads of bass in this song, so you keep going away, and then you export the mix and you send it off to distributors. Don't check it. You send it off, and then you listen to it in your car, or you listen to it on another set of headphones, and there's fucking no bass in it. Because obviously, with the boost in the bass, you can put in a tiny bit of bass, but the headphones are adding. So the idea is, when we're buying speakers, like I have a great set of Cali LP6s here as speakers, and these headphones I have on are their Audio Technicas.
Yes, they're a good brand, Audio Technica. Yeah,
I like them. There's another set called Bear Dynamics.
Yeah, Bear Dynamics.
I like them more because they're more comfortable over the years.
I have some AKGs here now as well. If you're on the video, you can see them. They look gorgeous. Look at these lovely oaks.
Oh, AKGs are fucking insane.
Now, these are open backed. These are more for, you wouldn't wear these on the bus because everyone else would hear what you're hearing because they're open backed. All the noise will come out. Yeah. Whereas, say, my Bose are closed backed, so they're keep the noise in. These AKGs, I use them more for precise editing. So if I want to hear a pin drop, you use these guys, and they're outstanding for that.
Now, and that exactly what you're saying there. Copper has a lower set of headphones, and I would as well. I would have a cheap pair of not cheap pair. I got they're about £100, Sennheisers. I have these. I have really cheap in-ear buds. I have Bluetooth headphones.
Yeah.
I have my speakers. I have a car speaker. I have a radio. When you're checking your mixes, you can make your song sound fucking incredible through beautiful speakers. Everything sounds good through guys speakers. Everything sounds good through like headphones. But it's to get your mix sounding good, to get your music sounding good through where most people will listen to them, which is shitty in-ear buds, maybe
or
a
even
set
the
of
phone speakers, even the speakers on the phone themselves. Straight.
There you go, phone, car speakers.
Yeah.
And there's a little trick that I don't know if you know. A lot of people did it, but I would really know. Kendrick Lamar kind of made it big. It's the mix and mono.
Mix and mono. Oh, that's definitely, I did that. Yeah. I find that.
Yeah, like that's gone back. That goes back to years. But to me, the person that I would know made that quite prevalent now is Kendrick.
Okay.
Where, if anyone at home doesn't know, stereo, you have two headphones in your ear, one on the left, one on the right. I'm playing guitar and Copper's playing fucking tin whistle or playing with himself or whatever. Right?
Oh yeah.
Right. You'll hear my guitar on the far left. You'll hear Copper on the far right. Mono, everything's in the middle, everything's straight. And what a lot of people do is they'll mix in mono. So if they can hear every single element of a song that they're making in the middle, if they can hear every element pristine and precise, that means when they turn off mono and make a stereo, everything is going to be luscious and beautiful. Yeah. Because and at the end of the day...
That's a big thing. Balancing the levels of your instruments against each other. Mix them in the mono will help balance them, everything. Yeah. So that's...
and then when you're in a car, you're more than likely listening in a mono. You know?
Yeah, well... No, well, you have your left and right. The left side of the car, the right side of the car.
Well, then... fuck off, will you? That fucking breaking me.
I just blew your point out of the water, did I?
But a lot of the stuff... But look, a lot of stuff, really, even if that, like, I'll take one ear out now, right? And a lot of people listen to music like this. A lot of people have one ear out, one earbud. People listen to one side of a car. No one sits in the fucking dead center of a car.
No.
When we're meant to mix, when we're mixing, people tell you, you equally distance your speakers away from your ears so you're dead in the middle.
Your head
triangulate, yeah. And then if you want to go even mad, you'll do what Copper has with the foam behind him. So when he's triangulating them speakers, they hit that foam on the back, and there's not that much of a bounce. You know, I mean, my room is a bit. I have a bit of I have fucking. I don't have any acoustic treatment in this room, but I have a lot of shit. So
I always notice your eggshells up behind you there, the egg cartons.
Yes,
looks like E.T. Remember that old the Atari game that was like the worst game ever?
And it was fucking canned.
It was, and it was
wasn't canned,
in the desert in Mexico.
It was with all the.
That looks exactly like E.T. from the game.
That's really cool. You're gonna freak me out now. Fucking,
you come alive now when you're sleeping.
There's a weird little I don't know if you see you'll see the end of her here, but she's an old Japanese like paper mache doll that my sister got from school, and I cover her face with that Lewis. See that's that yellow thing. Yeah, that's they put them on Lewis seats to not sit down, but I robbed it. And I covered off. Yeah, I'm a bad boy. All the ladies out there, go boom boom. Yeah. But I hide that face because she's fucking terrifying.
You're on the toffees again.
No, I'm fucking starving. I'm slugging down the points. I need a fucking toffee. I'll move away. There you go.
Ah, you're grand. But yeah, I think. Go on. Keep going. Sorry.
No, yeah, that was my point. I went on a nice big spiel, and I'm enjoying my toffee now.
Yeah.
But do you have anything else on that point?
Yeah, I just say don't buy into the hype of these big Beats headphones. You can get great headphones for half the price of a Beat, or even that Chinese brand Anchor. They have some really nice stuff as well, and really nice,
I heard about them
stuff.
Yeah.
If you want a cheap set, like you can get like these Bose noise cancelling headphones are like €230 or something. They're expensive, they are, but I use them all day, every day, so it's worth the money to me. But if you want to say Bluetooth noise cancelling headphones that you just want to get a good music experience, get the Anchor ones for like £40. They're not as good, but they're fine, and that beats paying €300 for Beats. So I don't know if anyone listeners are looking to get a headphone for themselves for a specific purpose, slide into our DMs. We'll point you in the right direction, because I like helping people that way. I hate people seeing people go and buying a phone or a laptop that it's sold to them in the shop as being a great thing, but it doesn't suit their needs in any way, shape, or form, and they just spent all this money on something that
very
it's no good for them. So I always like to help people. Say, someone come to me, I want to buy a new laptop. Oh, great! What are you going to use it for? And I'll point them in the right direction of like.
Well, that's the beauty of it. Like a laptop can be great. Like an expensive laptop is great, but if you're using it for the wrong purpose, you can pay. You can buy a fucking a 3, 4, 5,000 euro laptop that is mainly used for fucking
Facebook
business on Facebook. But you want a game on it, and there's a lot of it's very quick, but there's no like graphics card in it, and then you're kind of like, oh well, you're fucked. You know, kind of. And as well, if any of you are out there and you're looking for, if you want to get into audio for, you want to become an audio for, check out a YouTube channel. And I know Copper loves him as well, and I like him a lot. His name is Dank Pods.
Yes, great guy.
He does a lot of from New Zealand, yeah, where the Flight of the Conchords are from. But he
does a lot of headphone reviews and comparisons, and
I kind of wish I did me a little bit of research for it, because there's one set of headphones that he recommends all the time. Like they're in ears.
Oh, I know the ones.
And they're a fraction of the price.
YZ or something. Yeah, there's some weird name on them. They're like gold with like silver wires. Those ones.
Yes.
Yeah. They're a weird name on them. I can't remember exactly what they are, but
they're a fraction of the price. And as yet, it depends what you want to do. If you're listening to if your name is Kyle and you have a big Monster Energy tattoo in your back, you know, you probably just need Beats. Like, you're grand. Go for it. But if you're listening to anything else, if you know, maybe you want to do some editing, you want to edit some videos, if you want to listen to music, if you want to mix, if you want a video game, if you want to fucking, you know, have an internet date with your e-girlfriend, whatever.
Yeah.
There is different headphones for each fucking purpose. Then there is also headphones that are okay at most things.
Yeah.
You know, that kind of way. Like, as you said, like, we'll have headphones that we will mix on. And then I'll have, like, I also have a pair of gaming headphones.
Yeah.
And I have lots of other headphones that are just okay. So, but they're probably more in the price range of like people that just aren't into music.
Exactly.
Or aren't into audio. So, I mean, when I'm mixing, I'll also try them. So, I mean, I can make shit sound great in all on the speakers and the headphones I have. But I need to try them in kind of lower quality, lower stuff, because if they don't sound good in that, it doesn't really matter what I think, because I'm not the one going to be listening to it, hopefully, 24/7. I want other people listening to it 24/7. So
that's true. I
want it to not be like ear piercing. And that's one of the big pains about making sure if your headphones don't have flat frequencies, being aware of it. Because
being aware that your headphones are more bass heavy, so you don't mix as bass heavy.
Well,
that kind of thing.
Because if you go and if you go and make a track and you put a load of high end treble, well, high mids into it, all that kind of all that nasally sharp kind of sound, you put all that into it, and then because your headphone doesn't have a lot of that, but in a car radio it does, or in like typical AirPods they do, and someone listens to your song can sound beautiful, but it might actually be too painful to listen to. It might be too sharp on the ears that they actually go, I can't there's a lot of Bob Dylan tracks that I love, but I listen to music in full volume. I know it's bad. I have really bad hearing, so I have to put my volume loud. But there's some songs I can't listen to on these headphones because the harmonica is so fucking sharp.
Piercing, yeah.
It's like, and it just screams at you, and you're like, oh my! And then he does really long notes, and you're sitting there going, I can take this. Oh my god, I can't! And you like take the fucking headphones off.
Yeah,
he's blowing the eardrums off you.
Yeah,
he's like one of these like opera singers that breaks glass.
Yeah,
in that kind of way.
That's it.
What?
I think we might slide into our Patreon. We've gone about an hour there now, so I think we'll say goodbye for this main episode. And if you want to join us for more chat, we'll go over onto the Patreon. That's patreon.com/The Art Saddle Podcast. And go over there and you can... That's like a most sarcastic kind of a...
The Art Saddle Podcast. You sound like you're like
it's like a
you're a
American
receptionist
podcast.
at an airport.
Yeah. The Art Saddle Podcast. But yeah, go over to our Patreon. You can we'll talk some more and we'll have some more crack. But I think I want to leave on a dad joke on this. Did you come up with a dad joke after?
Oh, fuck off with your dad joke. Jeez, you're fucking leaving me.
No, this is a good one. Right. Why is Peter Pan always flying? Because he never lands. Boom. And we leave it with that.
That's fucking. I don't like that.
Right, you didn't like that.
Well, but
yeah,
that,
sure.
you know.
Yeah. We say goodbye anyway, Keenan. Thanks again for listening to us. Lovely listener. And it's a goodbye from me.
And it's a good, beautiful boy from me, your old favourite host, Keenan.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Mm.
We'll have to make a poll now, see who's the favourite host. Keenan versus
Oh
Kelly.
my God. Oh my God. That's a great idea.
Keenan versus Kelly.
Oh, my ego is going to be crushed. I have a little fragile ego. I don't want that.
But yeah, thanks
we should
again
do
for
videos.
listening.
Before we go, we should do a video. We should do like a 30-second video. Like, you know that whole like, hi, my name is Karen, and this is why you should give me the $100 million. Like, we should do a video. It's like, hi, I'm Keenan, hi, I'm Copper, and we like talk about why we're the hardest working, why we should get your vote.
Yeah.
And which should be a bet. Like, you know, we have to like, whoever loses has to put a poster of the other person up in the background.
I have a few down here. I can post them up to you.
Yeah. Oh yeah, headshot. Well, I'll get a lovely picture of me. I have a great picture of me flashing my arse,
Oh,
and that would look perfect right beside that strat of yours over to the left. So
yeah. That's it. We'll call an end to this episode, and we'll go over to the Patreon.
I'll see you all in the Patreon,
and we'll see you over there. Thanks again for joining us. We'll see you next week. All the best.
Bye.